My name is Ndume Green. I am a journalist, an international journalist like a lot of people like to call me. So today we are going to be looking at the art of storytelling, and I'll be very, very practical with you. Journalism is not just any kind of writing of a novel or writing of a prose, a kind of putting a poetry together. It's an entire combination of all aspects of writing. There is the need for you to understand the clear distinction between doing a radio story and doing a TV story, even before you go into these steps of doing your story. You know that radio stories, you must be very imaginative because the person is not seeing you. The person who is listening needs to have a clear-cut understanding of what you are talking about. I have always advocated for this over the years in terms of journalism in Nigeria, especially radio or TV journalism, that journalists should be able to sit down and develop their stories without necessarily just waiting for the new stories to come. What this entails is that you create your stories. I can sit here and create over 10, 20 stories and start working on them. Being a good storyteller is like being a good artist. Of course, you know that story is a form of art. And so you must have a deep sense of imagination and all that. But then, one thing I also want to let you know is that the only way to stimulate your creative energy is by reading. Reading of books that actually helps to inspire you to create narratives. Very important. From the day that I picked interest in telling the African story, I've read anything African, anything. In fact, you can't come from anywhere to come and tell me Bia Palo narratives anywhere in Africa. I'll tell you, look, this is not true. And you also heard from my own documentary that I spoke to different class of people. The high, the low, and of course the mighty. I spoke to the former governor of Rivers State, Alfred Spiff. I spoke to Professor Joe Alagwa. I spoke to an old man who had witnessed the discovery of oil in Oloibri. He was there. So, physical on-ground experience. He pulls out the narrative from how it happened on the day it happened. And then, I also spoke to someone who feels aggrieved by the fact that the oil, the money, no, they reach them. So these are all different classes of people finding the right interviewee. We know as journalists, it could be really difficult sometimes to find the right interview because sometimes they will dribble you.